Hey everybody, it's Randy with the Fit Politician. I wanted to come and have kind of a conversation with you about some things going on in our political world as of this week. It's been an interesting election, to say the least, but there, of course, as there have been for the past year and a half, a lot of misinformation going out about something very specific and something near and dear to my heart, which is the Clinton Global Initiative with the Clinton Foundation. It's there's been a lot of talk about the role of the Secretary of State and the role of the Clinton Foundation while Hillary Clinton was our Secretary of State from 2009 to 2013. And the charges being launched at Hillary right now are just unfounded, and I'll tell you I'll tell you why. So one of the charges is that the Clintons use the Clinton Global Initiative, a Clinton Foundation, to line their pockets. That they make money off of this foundation. That is absolutely and unequivocally not true. Anybody saying that is just lying. If you are saying that, you are lying. If you're saying it on Facebook, if you're saying it on Twitter, if you're saying it on wherever, on any social media website, if you're one of those people who are saying that the Clintons line their pockets with money from the Clinton Global Initiative or Clinton Foundation, you're lying. And that's okay. People lie all the time on Facebook. It's just something, or Twitter, wherever, on social media. It's something that we've come accustomed to, especially, and I hate to say this, but a lot of Trump supporters. You are not telling the truth. And I know that you are excited about your candidate and you want your candidate to win. But the problem with our country today, one, is social media. It allows so many people to start a narrative that can be completely not true and spread so quickly. The other thing is just the lack of facts. People just don't care about facts, and maybe that's why they like Donald Trump, because facts are not his best friend. So let me just go through this with you, and anyone who wants to argue or debate this with me, feel free. But you can go to many websites, including the Independent Philanthropy Watchdog, or you can go to factcheck.org. These websites are independent and they're unbiased, and they will tell you exactly why you are spreading the wrong kind of information. First of all, the Independent Philanthropy Watchdog said that 89% of donations made to the Clinton Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, go directly to charity. So that means 11% of money that goes to the Clinton Foundation are used for overhead. And that's not anything unsurprising. I mean, if you look at something like Susan G. Komen, I would really, this is something that people give a lot of money to. I would encourage you to look at their overhead costs and how much money they actually give to charity, how much money that actually goes to cancer research. You'd be surprised looking at these charitable foundations. This foundation actually gives a great deal of the money that they get to charity. The other thing is the Clinton Global Initiative and the Clinton Foundation do a lot of fantastic work around the world. One of the reasons why it's near and dear to my heart is because they help millions of people around the world get AIDS and HIV medication. And this is something that not only the Clintons have supported, but it's also something President Bush has supported. President Bush has done a lot of work with President Clinton in trying to get AIDS and HIV medication to people in third world countries, people in Africa, all over the world, and to make sure that that medication doesn't get into the hands of people who will try to sell it and jack up the price and keep it out of the hands of poor people who can't afford it and really need it. The Clinton Development Initiative helps farmers, especially in Africa, get access to seed and equipment for farms. The Clinton Climate Initiative helps countries invest in green energy. It also helps them, gives them money to regrow trees, plant trees. This foundation does a lot of fantastic work, and attacking the foundation is inhumane to me. You have to really check your humanity if you are going after the Clinton Foundation, because there is no other charitable organization that does as much as this foundation does around the world. So I think that you need to check your humanity before you start going after the Clinton Global Initiative. The other thing that's being raised is that Hillary Clinton met with, I think, 89 people who gave to the Clinton Foundation. Now, let's look at this, okay? So, first of all, Secretary Clinton, at that moment in time, she does not create policy. She is the speaker of our country. So, even though she is a part of the president's cabinet, she can influence it. She can tell the president how she feels and what she thinks. And there are some things the State Department does do on their own. She implements the policy of the President of the United States. So at no time did anybody, and there is absolutely zero proof that anyone who met with Secretary Clinton and also gave money to the Clinton Foundation was able to persuade her to change a policy position in their favor. So there was no such pay to play. And this AP article, what really bothers me about this, the AP article that the media is having a frenzy about, I think it's because, Hillary Clinton has been up to this point, and I hate to say it, but kind of boring as far as scandal-wise, because Donald Trump creates a scandal every day he speaks. So they've been just reiterating emails, and now it's this. They have something else to talk about. So the AP, if you read that article, they only look at 2 years. 2 years that Secretary Clinton was in the State Department. Not the 4 years, just the 2. And if you look at the AP article, Hillary Clinton, and you can find this online, Hillary Clinton met with thousands and thousands and thousands of people, world leaders, influential people around the world, and 89 of them were people who gave to the Clinton Foundation. Now, the other thing is, you have to understand that the Clinton Foundation has been around a long time, and they do great work in lots and lots of countries. So it only makes sense that Hillary Clinton, being the Secretary of State, may meet with somebody that has influence in their country for some reason or another, but also may have given to the Clinton Foundation because the Clinton Foundation does great work in their country. So it's not pay to play. It's simply that there are a lot of influential people in the world that have given to this foundation who also happen to maybe influence policy in their country. So Hillary might be meeting with them for something that has nothing to do with them giving money to support AIDS and HIV research. So the AP article is a scam, and you can't believe a word it says because they didn't do very good research. As a matter of fact, it didn't take me all but 2 seconds to learn that Hillary Clinton met with over 2,000 people, world leaders included, and they only took 2 years of her being as Secretary of State. That's just bad reporting. You can't be a part of the press and loosely do things like that. The other charge that is being waged at the Clintons about this foundation is that if she becomes president, what is that going to do for her, as far as, because she would be the one creating foreign policy. She would be the one who has her Secretary of State implement what she believes needs to be the right foreign policy. What I will say with that is they've already closed that door because both of them will be stepping away from the Clinton Foundation and have other people run the foundation. And this is, again, an organization that does charitable work, an organization that Hillary and Bill have never gotten a salary from. And how you can actually know that is their tax returns are posted online. So anyone saying that they are making money off of this organization or would make money off of it if she became president, save yourself time from watching the media go around and around about this and take 2 seconds to look online. Hillary's tax returns are posted on her website. She doesn't make any money off the Clinton Foundation. As a matter of fact, they only made $10 million last year. $10 million, and they paid 31% in taxes. So I would urge you to do that math, and it comes out to be about $8.5 million that they made together. Well, I can tell you that there are football coaches that make almost as much as Bill and Hillary Clinton did last year. And that's not to say that's not a lot of money. But when it comes to Donald Trump, as much money as he says he makes, it really isn't a lot of money. The other thing that concerns me is Donald Trump is talking about the Clinton Global Initiative, because really it's the only thing he has. He's got to grasp at straws at this point for all of the ridiculous things that he said. But his association with the Bank of China, the fact that he has a building that he owes Goldman Sachs for and makes money off of in New York City is concerning. And he hasn't released any of his tax returns. So he's out there just kind of spewing all of this information, yet we have no idea what's in his tax returns. And the only tax returns that we have, which were back from 1979, I believe that's correct, he didn't pay any taxes at all. So here's what I'll say. The last thing I'll say about the Clinton Global Initiative. There are a lot of things that people have said about Bill and Hillary Clinton for whatever reason, and some of the things that they've said about these two people have been true. Bill and Hillary Clinton are definitely a part of Washington and know how to run Washington. But throughout their life, they've done a lot of great work. And regardless of whether you like them or you don't, or agree with their policies or you don't, there's one thing you cannot say, and that's that the Clinton Global Initiative or the Clinton Foundation needs to be shut down. There are people who will not get AIDS and HIV medication and could die. That's not an exaggeration, because you know that people are dying across the pond every single day. People who either can't get enough food, or they're they're getting sick and don't have access to good health care. This is just the truth. And if people don't have AIDS and HIV medication in a country like Africa, they could very well die. Actually, they will. So don't attack an organization that does such great work because you disagree with the policies that Hillary Clinton wants to implement if she becomes president. You're just stooping way too low. And honestly, throughout this election cycle, I didn't think we could get any lower. After Trump said that we should ban Muslims from coming to the country, that a Indiana-born judge couldn't do his job because of his Mexican heritage, talking about a mother, a Gold Star mother, the way that he did, saying that he wants to overturn the Supreme Court decision that allowed gay people across all 50 states to get married, saying that women look better on their knees, saying that he would date his daughter if she wasn't his daughter, calling women pigs, saying that Megyn Kelly had blood coming out of wherever. I could go on and on, folks. I could go on and on. There's a YouTube video for every single thing he said that has been racist or bigoted or misogynistic or hateful. It's his own words. And now he wants to destroy an organization, probably the most powerful, most influential charitable organization that actually does fantastic work around the world, just so he can make himself look a tad bit better to voters who are unhappy with both of these candidates, so he can win an election. I think that's deplorable. And I think he's only going to get lower. And It's no secret that I'm supporting Hillary Clinton in this election. I don't agree with everything that she's done, but one thing you cannot say is that she's not hateful or bigoted. Like he said today in Florida, he actually called Hillary Clinton a bigot. He said that her policies have hurt African Americans and only Democrats think of African Americans as votes. He's pandering to get votes from a minority group while charging that the other party panders to get votes from a minority. So I think it's time that we just talk about these things as they are. Talk about the facts as they are. We can have conversations and debates about policy positions. We can, talk about Hillary Clinton's policies in the past, ones that we believe that were wrong and she's tried to make right. Whatever it is, we can have intelligent debates about these things. But when it comes to the types of things Donald Trump says, I don't believe that it even belongs in the arena, and that's why I believe he is not qualified and he is unfit to be our commander-in-chief and president of the United States. And after you have went and traipsed across the country and attacked an organization that does such great work around the world, if you win in November, how are you going to support that organization after that? And how are you going to explain to all of these other countries that get a lot of AIDS and HIV medication or funding for green energy to allow people to farm and take care of their families, take care of their communities, lift women up around the world? How are you going to explain to those countries that that's not something they need, that's not something you support, and you believe it should be shut down? That's not a good way to start a relationship with foreign leaders, Donald Trump. So anyway, that's my video for this evening. There will be more to come. On a happy note, I can walk again. So tonight was my first day back in the gym, One Life, and it was amazing to be back. For those of you who don't go, who don't like the gym or not gymmers, whatever, it's something that I love to do. I'm in there almost every day. So being out of the gym for 2 months has been terrible, and now I am back and gonna get back to where I was, and so it's great. So thank you for all your support while I was laying in my bed trying to heal my ankle that I broke playing kickball. And thank you for watching this video, and please feel free to comment below. I'm anxious to hear what people feel about these recent attacks on the Clinton Global Initiative, the Clinton Foundation. Also, if you like the video, push like, and if you like it enough to share it, please share it. I love having these conversations, and please keep coming back so we can continue. Thank you for following The Fit Politician, and you all have a wonderful evening.